So, if you're like me, you're hoping that this weekend we got a new trailer for Omni-Man at our first big grand final event, East Coast Throwdown. We had Ninja Killa versus Sonic Fox, two of the best current fighters when it comes to Netherrealm Studios games, competitors, and the perfect matchup, the perfect venue, the perfect time, I thought. Nothing. We got nothing, and you guys do know we talked about it just last week. There's already a video posted to the official Mortal Kombat 1 trailer playlist, which is private, which appears to be the full-length gameplay trailer for Omni-Man, which we could all probably say is probably also going to be a first full-length look at this guy right here, Tremor. However, today, you clicked on the video for a reason, courtesy of Interloko. We actually do know a bit of Kameo fighter Tremor's abilities as a Kameo fighter in Mortal Kombat 1. So we'll be going over that today, for the most part, a few other things. If you're excited for that, please take a second, drop a like on the video. Feels good to be back in the saddle, recording that Mortal Kombat 1 content. Thank you again for all the concerns, everybody lately over on the socials. Where's Dynasty? I was dying. And I survived, unfortunately. But without further ado, Dynasty, show us what this guy has in store for us when he drops in Mortal Kombat 1. This video would not be possible without this man right here, Interloko. If you don't follow Interloko on Twitter, on YouTube, I don't know what you're doing, because this guy right here is the go-to, alongside my buddy, the Thinny, Merdoink, everybody else in between. But Interloko came out a few days ago and said, found some strings in a Tremor file, unfinished. So take this with a grain of salt. Rock Punch, Lava Burr, Ground Pound, Rolling Rock, Crystal Armor. There are two cameo moves in Omni-Man's trailer, probably the Rock Punch and Lava Burr. Crystal Armor could add armor to the main character. From there, Interloko followed by saying, these are other strings. Kameo, Tremor, Bouncing, Rolling Rock, Punch, Impact. Not sure if related to some finishing move or just to some special move. And this one is related to a finishing move, probably the Fatality. It's called the Spiked Rock, which is giving me Mortal Kombat X flashbacks. So from the looks of things, these moves right here, Rock Punch, Lava Burr, which I think is probably a Lava Burn, Ground Pound, Rolling Rock, and Crystal Armor. Kind of a taste of things to come. The Rock Punch, I think we did see in the actual trailer. The Lava Burr, which I'm going to think is probably Burn, is the anti-airish move. The Ground Pound is probably your typical Jax Briggs ground pound, just like we saw back in the day in Mortal Kombat X as well, if I'm not mistaken. Rolling Rock is probably the floor projectile like Cabal, where he Beyblades it down the floor. Crystal Armor makes me think that kind of just like Kameo Sub-Zero, that we're going to have something like that for Tremor. Crystallize on your character where you can take a hit from a projectile. So in general, pretty cool. And again, the name being called Spiked Rock makes me think it'll probably be, well, you guessed it, a rock of spikes, just like in Mortal Kombat X, where you toss your opponent on a spike, and they went through it, and this looks really bad out of context. But you get what I'm saying. So, again, big shout to Interloko for sharing this with us, because, again, without him, we'd know nothing, because Netherrealm Studios did not release that trailer over the weekend, which is a bummer, because it just kind of seemed to make the most sense, but apparently not. Who knows when? Probably on a random Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday morning. Sooner rather than later, let's cross our fingers. Now, I did mention that there was a few other things of note to discuss, and thankfully, they're still coming from this guy, Interloko. Now, you guys might remember, but about a month ago, I talked about how there was one more Mesa. It's not Mesa, it's Mesa, right? One more Mesa, that being the Armageddon Pyramid, which was found in the game's files, which we still haven't seen added as part of Invasions mode. However, courtesy of Interloko, Interloko actually managed to grab the assets of the Mesa for Invasions mode and put them on display. Now, sadly, they're missing all the textures and stuff, so it's really just like the 3D model, but still, it's a nice taste of things to come, so I'm going to go ahead and show that with you guys right now via Interloko's YouTube channel. Now, this is, again, shout out to Interloko, courtesy of Interloko. Here is the Pyramid Mesa that we've not seen added, but we do know will eventually be added, or maybe it was scrapped. I'd say it's probably going to be in a future update. It looks pretty cool. You can see all the same statues and assets from the tower ending, the Mortal Kombat 1 story mode ending. Sadly, we don't get to see like any directional walkways. Just seems to be the pyramid surrounded by a bunch of mountains in the distance. So does this mean that we simply just walk around the literal pyramid? Do we walk outside of the pyramid and eventually make our way to the top of the pyramid? Don't know. But at this point in time, this is the only thing that can be found for this unused, soon to be released Mesa in Mortal Kombat 1. And again, this is courtesy of Interloko. I'm glad Interloko is now watermarking his stuff, because a lot of people have been stealing from Interloko. A lot of other YouTubers and not giving Interloko credit, which is something I think is kind of lame. So shout out to Interloko again for always being the first for a lot of these data mines and leaks. We can see here 1, 2, 3 different like mountain ranges. This big ass circular one behind, like I guess 4 maybe. And then it's just your standard pyramid. So who knows when this is going to be released, when this is dropping, but I'd say it'll probably be added in the future, because this game really does seem unfinished. It seems like they did not give us everything they wanted day one. So hopefully in time, this will be added to Invasions, because you guys do know, I do love Armageddon. I love the idea of the ending, and to see that in another game mode I think would be dope. Without it, it's kind of some wasted potential here, so I hope they do get to use these assets, because we love the 3D era here on the channel, and I did not expect to see an Armageddon ending, which we got. I could have done without the multiverse BS, but it's always cool to see the classic Armageddon pyramid, and it's pretty cool to see this like this too. So yeah, time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see when this is dropping for Mortal Kombat 1. But again, shout out to Interloko, you the man. And speaking of Invasions, before we go, might as well share this with you guys. You guys do know that Natara's season is coming up really soon, and when you do defeat her as the invasion boss, you will get this gear piece. You get this if you beat Scorpion, along with the awesome Hanzo skin. As for Sub-Zero, you do get the fucking epic looking end game skin. He looks so cool. I think this is probably the coolest Sub-Zero skin in the entire game. And I believe this is the mask. It looks just like one I already have unlocked that I bought at the store, but slightly altered. And here is our Dark Raiden skin from the previous timeline. Kind of weird being a different Raiden, but the skin in general is pretty dope. And here's going to be your hat for that season. So again, just a look at everything you unlock for the respected seasons per character. I'm excited for all the seasons. I just wish that it wasn't such a bore sleep snooze fest. But guys, that is all I got for you all today. Are you excited for Tremor based on what was found in the data mining from Interloko? What do you think of all of the code names in the game's files? Are you excited? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, please take a second, drop a like on it, subscribe to some more MK1 content like this on the channel. Till next time, I've been your host, I've been Dynasty. You guys please take care, stay safe. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Living on a crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks, I'll be steady, counting my digits. Slipping on a crack, I am not superstitious.